Mark, a really hard one to bear with that penalty decision right in the last couple of minutes that deprived us all 3 points this afternoon.
Yeah, and how important it is. At the moment, we've now taken 1 point from the last 3 games. That's relegation trouble, as it, return as it were. The performance certainly wasn't. The performance was terrific. It was everything we hoped for. I think the supporters saw that. I was gutted for the supporters. We thought we were almost over the line. We don't count our chickens, of course. We know you've got to finish the game, but to be robbed of the other 2 points by such a poor decision is really disappointing. That it's too important. They have to get these decisions right, and that was so wrong that it's just hard to bear.
I believe you've spoken to the referee. Has he told you what he's given it for this afternoon?
He said something about on the way off, something about he never got any of the ball. I don't know what that meant. I think he was just making it up as he was going along. I don't know. So we can all see that it wasn't a penalty. Everyone on the side knew it wasn't a penalty. He seemed to be the only one that thought it was. I think even his players out there were surprised.
Things have gone well up to then. I just mentioned the game plan had been executed pretty well. 2-1 up at half time. Absorbed a bit of pressure, looked dangerous in the break. Louis Mould got a goal disallowed for offside. You obviously set the side up well. That makes it even more disappointing, I guess.
Yeah, well, we knew it was literally going to be the typical sort of game of 2 halves. Whoever had the advantage in the first half was probably, I would have thought, having a good chance to get in the lead. We got that lead. It was unfortunate, I think, that we lost that equaliser so quickly, but we clawed back, we got the lead again. We gave ourselves a chance in the second half. We knew it was going to be a long and difficult second half with that wind and the pitch in the way it is, and the fact that they would return the ball early back into the box and we'd have to defend our own 18-yard box, but we did brilliantly. Connor was brilliant, the back four were brilliant. There was no issues. Even the incident that causes the penalty to be given, Cadge is back there defending the way he should and the way you'd expect him. There was nothing wrong with the performance. The performance was everything that you hoped for. It was everything we hoped for last week and didn't get to a degree. So, in that respect, we're back, and now we have to take that into the next game.
You mentioned the conditions there. Obviously, we to contend with a pitch that didn't look at its best, but also overhead, snow and wind, so it was a tricky afternoon. Yeah,
but I thought both sets of players, gave it a go. It was a good game in that sense, on a pitch like that, and the conditions, both teams were up and at it, and I thought we just edged it, but obviously we're robbed of it. But, I think given the conditions and the fact that maybe last night we were looking at it, I was at Dunfermline last night and thinking that in the way back that the game was no chance of being on. So they've done brilliantly here at Dundee to get this game on, and we thank them for that because we wanted the game on. But, we'll take that point, go down the road and we start again on Tuesday.
Mixed afternoon for young Stephen Cadden. Obviously scored his first senior goal and only his second start, then gave away the penalty. He was furious. You could see Rusto and had a protest with the referee right away, but he just has to pick himself up from that late decision.
Yeah, well, you've got to remember that when he went and protested to the referee, it's the first time I've ever heard him speaking. So it must have been something serious going on, because he's a quiet lad, gets on with his job, and I thought he played brilliantly, and I thought his goal was outstanding. And I was so disappointed for him that we lost the equaliser so quickly after that. But it was a fantastic goal, and it shows you the sort of ability he's got, as well as the running power that he has. And obviously we're thrilled with him and thrilled for him. But I thought he had a great game, and he showed energy and he showed desire, and I think he's only going to improve.
The big one on Tuesday, and obviously Thistle's pitch is off today. That's another one that's going to be difficult to contend with, conditions there as well, and a difficult tie against Thistle on Tuesday.
I think it'll be the exact same. I think most of the games, particularly in these conditions, against all of us, apart from maybe Hearts, Celtic, those two sort of seem to stand apart at the moment for me. The rest of us, I think, are in a scrap for wherever we end up, and I think that at the moment for us, we're looking behind us and making sure that we firmly keep looking there, and that we try and get as many points as we can, including a good one today. In the end, it's a point, and it might be the point at the end of the season, so we've got to take that and think positive about it. But the Partick Thistle game will be another really difficult game for both teams in conditions that won't be dissimilar to this, and we've showed today we can cope with it, so let's get there.
A couple of days to go before the end of the transfer window ahead of that game. Any movement in or out still to go?
I doubt if there's any movement out, but you know, we're desperately trying, after now that we've sort of cleared the decks a little bit, to bring in, you know, a few players, you know, to strengthen us. And you know, Alan Burrows and myself are working very, very hard to that end, even tonight, tomorrow, and certainly Monday, to make sure that that happens.
So it's a case of watch this space, is it?
It is, yeah. We'll be disappointed if we don't have some players in by Monday night.
Thanks very much, Mark.